And good morning, sports fans, and welcome to the center of the universe of sports, food, fun, you name it right here. It's the coach and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. What's the Coach's Corner Sports Network, Mr. AD?
Man, it is a little bit of everything. You know, you're right. We're in the center of sports universe here at Coach's Corner.
I never get it right.
I mean, I've heard it now. I heard talking about our show now, the really sports universe, rubbing and grubbing. All right, starts with those guys that Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, Dan Foles and those.
Brandon Bain. The brain of the outfit. Dan Foles, he's the Mr. Excitement.
And then the producer.
Of course.
You got to put the guy in there.
Lawrence Bennett.
And it starts with their show on Wednesday night. They go for about an hour. They talk nothing but NASCAR, and it is stock full of energy, excitement.
Oh, stock full. I get it.
Got that?
I got it. I got stock car. I got that.
Pull that out a little bit there. And so they have a great show. And we follow them on Wednesday nights as well here live at Coach's Corner. And so and then we come back Saturday mornings with a show, hour and a half, 2 hours, depends on how long we want to talk, and go over all high school sports and a lot of things.
Local sports?
Yeah.
National sports?
Yeah, with national sports. You see Carl's got a George Southern shirt on
Representing today, 3:30.
Fighting Camels today.
You got to love that nickname.
Fighting Camels of Campbell University up there in North Carolina.
Yep.
So, man, we're ready to roll.
All right, we got a big lineup. Okay, we want to go what I call it. We're going three off the top, or 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Hey, it's football season.
We're going to
break it down. High school, college, and professional. Off the top, second guest, or second segment, second quarter, as I like to call it. We're going to talk to a coastal football official. He's been in Savannah his whole life. He knows a lot what's going on. He's been an official for 28 years. You guys know him. Earl Mason coming on. Talking about how the officials handled this COVID-19 pandemic, and they're back out there officiating games. Third quarter, we got the kid himself. Okay, he's having a phenomenal year. He's been the starting quarterback over at Savannah Christian. Great job last week. That's why we wanted to get him on. Great job last night. And that's Spencer Robicheaux out of Savannah Christian Prep. And then we're going to talk a little running in the fourth quarter with Marc Cameron. That's right, Jason Cameron's older brother, okay, out of How to Run Running Store. How the running community has been handling this. We got a big announcement about the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I'm teaming up with the Chris Cokley Foundation. We had him on. All right, we'll get to that. And then we'll get a special guest in the fifth segment, which I'm not going to let you know, but I'm excited about him coming on. So let's go right off the top. Let's give you the scoreboard, and then we're going to go to the highlights. And, of course, we got to thank the big guy. WJC,
yeah.
Frank Selkowski, for sending us 6 highlights. So go ahead, you do the scoreboard, and then we'll get to the highlights.
All right, scoreboard last night. Man, Richmond Hill had a big win last week going to Camden County, but going down to Gatorland was a little bit too much for them last night. Ware County 39, and Richmond Hill 26. Up in the Ham, all right, started off as a 7-7 game.
Yeah.
But then BC hit the go buddy.
Defense was turned on this week with the offense.
Yes, and 49-7, Benedictine over Effingham. Then at the Corral, Metter. Hey, don't let Metter fool you. They came down from AA to single A, but they're not your typical single A school. They can absolutely pound the rock, and that's what they did last night against South Effingham. They take a win up there, 26-3. Calvary Day host Bullock Academy last night, coming off a loss over there at Prince Avenue. Banner Griffin, those guys went on and played Raven County. I want to talk about that a little bit later. But Calvary Day had a big win, big third quarter open up last night.
It made this guy's night because he wasn't having a good night until the game started.
48-7 last night at Special Sports Complex. Once again, Savannah Christian on the road up at Screven County. Big win, opened up 19. Yeah, a 19-point lead. Never looked back last night, and that was a 26-7 win. Bethesda picks up the first win of the season over John Paul.
And it had to be special. They got to play at Memorial Stadium. Yes. Usually they're playing at Daffin Park or they're playing in Garden City. They got to play in the biggest venue right here in Savannah, Georgia. They got to play at Memorial Stadium. I call it War Memorial Stadium because it was dedicated for our veterans. Okay,
if you go by, the flag's on top.
That's right. So once again, great job by Antoine Turner in his game. We got some highlights on that. Go ahead.
And in Hilton Head, they didn't run out of time. They ran out of daylight. So Hilton Head Prep and St. Andrews, our man Doug Dixon, tied 14-14. No lights over at Hilton Head Prep. Great little story behind that. So 14-14 last night. Memorial Day, big win over Griffin Christian, 46-6. Our boy Cam Hall, 3 touchdowns.
3 different ways.
Yes, he did. Punt return, rushing, and kickoff return. we might have to have him on and talk about that.
You
and
got
then ECI at Savannah Country Day canceled because of COVID-related issues, and then we get softball.
We'll do all that in a couple minutes. So we're going right to the highlights. The first game to kick it off, we got to thank the big guy at WJCL, Frank Selikowski, for his highlights. So we'll break it down quickly, and then we'll go from each game to each game. So I'm going to have to go in back and forth because I haven't figured it out yet. So let's start off with the St. Andrews highlights.
Once again.
After a big win of beating Savannah Country Day the week before up in Statesboro, they traveled down here to good old Savannah, Georgia, at the corner of 63rd and Paulson at MC Anderson Field at Specialty Sports Complex. Yeah. This man has a name for everything. Here we go. Here's the highlights as we review the game.
Great down there, West Point commit. Fumble got great hit there by Bull Academy, comes loose. Greg will redeem himself later in the game.
Big stack here by the big man, Fuchsius Lewis.
Yes, man.
Little handoff there. Is this the 90?
Yeah. This is Greg Daniel here taking it to the house.
77-yard run.
I said it was a great night for him. Both his parents in the military, as we are military appreciation night last night. So they were franked by their parents for as a captain.
Hey, your freshman kid had a good night there. Jake Merkenlinger completed 7 of 11 attempts, 123 yards.
But this was the
great
Cam
one.
Selders, opening kickoff the second half.
Whoop! 99 yards. Go ahead, come on. Whoop, whoop.
Little Chris Berman there for you, taking it to the
he
house.
He could go all the way.
Yes, he does. Cam Selders finds a happy hunting ground.
I mean, 48-7, you guys rebounded from that tough loss at Prince Avenue Christian, which you want to talk about later on. But I'm telling you, I mean, something about Calvary Day School starting freshman quarterbacks, because Thomas Carver, and now we got Jake Merklinger following him. So great game there last night. And I know it was good for you. The day up until that point, you weren't having a good day, but, it wound up being great.
We had some technical difficulties around the stadium, but the wind takes care of it all, makes you feel better about everything you're doing there.
And let's talk a little bit about Baker Woodward and his Raiders travel up to Screven County. They go to 2-0 on the season.
You got it.
Raiders open it up with a touchdown pass. 40-yard pass from Robicheaux. Robicheaux rolling out. He's going to be our athlete of the week. There's the 40-yard
nice.
pass.
Yeah, right there in the corner.
Another highlight. Punching that in was Mr. Robicheaux, right? Nope. That was Carter Allen.
Yeah, Carter Allen there.
2 touchdowns on that.
This was Screven's highlight of the night as well as they come. Gets a run. Yep, you can hear it down the left side.
Another Screven highlight right here. The Gamecocks. That's community that loves their football. That's
without a doubt.
One school, county school. Little cheerleader action there.
Oh, mascot.
Spencer Robicheaux, of course.
A
little fake right there. A little fakery. Come on, you can make up a word.
That fakery's a good one.
Whoop! Robicheaux back again, drops back the pass. Oh, but he's sacked. There's got to be some highlights there for Screven County. Big number 61 there. And that's the highlight of the Screven County Savannah Christian game. Savannah Christian comes home, travels down 26-3 win. Next week, though, another local Georgia High School State Association school taking on a Giza school. They go into perennial power. They host Valwood. Valwood's coming here.
Host Valwood.
Bull Academy back-to-back Country Day Calvary. Now Valwood coming in, taking on Savannah Christian.
Yeah, and we'll take on Frederica next week. So a lot of Geisha schools coming.
Oh, there you're not Frederica next week.
Yeah. So
nice.
a lot of Geisha schools coming into the mix. One for the privates. But Robicheaux once again, just
unbelievable
outstanding. One of my favorite throw was him rolling to his left, going back. Yeah, that's
coming across your body.
Yeah, man.
And what more can we say about this team? Last night, the defense showed up, and Danny Britt probably had a great night's sleeping because the man eats, showers, sleeps, dreams defensive football. And if he doesn't have 11 maroon helmets on the ball, he's very upset, which comes from Georgia Southern right here representing. So here we go. Let's go to the highlights. Benedictine, 49. Effingham County 7, up in the Palace in the Pines.
Palace in the Pines.
Garcia's back. Next to the number 7, LaShawn Brooks, the ball carrier. Touchdown. Highway 21.
We'll go back through this one. Seeing third quarter belonged to senior receiver Trent Broadnax and junior quarterback Holden Gurner. The duo hooked up for 3 touchdowns, including a 55-yard for the final score of the game. Broadnax had 3 catches, 74 yards. Gurner 7-12, 104 yards, and 3 scores, go along with 1 rushing TD. BC is on the road for the next
5 weeks.
5 more weeks.
5 more weeks.
5 more weeks.
And they go down to
Brunswick.
They're playing between the bricks in Brunswick against Brunswick. I mean, I love that stadium. I love that stadium.
It is.
That's where I got my I got my first win at Memorial Stadium, but I got a big win.
I love it because it goes straight up. I mean, so you're right down top of the field.
Okay, trivia. What was that stadium built for besides Glen Academy and Brunswick Academy? What big event did they hold there, I think, for like 10, 15 years in a row? If I'm mistaken, send me a chat. The National Junior College Association Championship was held in Brunswick, Georgia. Well, they had a bowl game that deal with the junior colleges, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, once again, sorry that got cut off. It's the first time doing this. The big guy, Frank Stilkowski, sent me big clips. I had to cut them down so I can fit them into the program. Next week, we will have it on the big screen behind us due to, once again, I got to get Lawrence Bennett in here to be my producer. I got to get the little adapter so we can
we got 3 things going here. I mean, he's got it. And we're trying to up it another level. So
once again, Benedictine 49, Effingham County 7. All right, now we're flipping it over. We're going to Metter against South Effingham, and I think everybody is going to know who this guy is right when we start off.
So we'll talk about the Metter South Effingham. Defensively, South Effingham had a hard time getting the run-oriented Metter attack off the field. Tigers ran 55 plays to the Mustangs 28, almost doubling them. Metter piled up 311 yards. So South Effingham 76.
So Donald Chumley will be back. Don't forget about that. And the last highlight of the night, and this kid had a highlight again. John Paul II came to
War Memorial Stadium.
War Memorial Stadium for Bethesda. Like I just said, Bethesda never gets to play there, and Bethesda beat them 30-20. And I'm telling you right now, the quarterback, last week's Savannah Morning News Player of the Week, Antoine McKay, who we had on our show as an Athlete of the Week, had a night. So let's go to the clips.
Here we go. It is hands. Bethesda, you just want to talk what you want to do.
So if I'm adding his numbers out right, if he had 405 total yards,
Accounted for 400.
accounted for 400 yards, and then if Leggett had 146, and
Well, he counted.
I mean, but talking about total yards in a game is what I'm trying to get to.
Right.
So,
Well, it says it says in the article that they total 511 yards, but I know it doesn't add up. We'll fix it.
I think they got more. I think they got so many yards they ran out of space to count.
So Keyshawn Leggett, like Coach, the AD just said, 146 yards on 14 carries. Adrian O'Kee, 10 times for 100 yards. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
that's a lot. Well, hey, it's a lot of yards.
A lot of yards.
John Paul had a hard time stopping those guys last night.
I don't see our buddy, Mr. Earl Mason, coming in. So let's finish up on that's the high school. Well, we got to finish up the high school. We got to give the ladies some love here. Let's go back to our information page. Okay, got to talk about Savannah Christian Volleyball. Savannah Christian Volleyball is on a 14-match winning streak. They lost early up in Atlanta, 14 matches in a row.
They're hot.
They're hot. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They anchored by a good senior group there. I'm telling you, she's not committed yet. It's Polly Crones.
Yes, Polly Crones, right.
And she's going to go somewhere. She's a great beach player. Her and Timothy Smith from Calvary play beach together. She's going to go somewhere really good as well. We know Jones is going to Georgia Southern, and there's girls in there in the mix that are really good. And so they're hot. They're about like Bryan County softball team.
All right, we'll finish up on Bryan County softball team, still undefeated, 12-0. Effingham County played arch rival South Effingham in softball. Bryan County's undefeated in softball. Okay, it was a 4-2 victory for the Rebels. That's their 29th straight region win.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there.
So, all right, we're going to take a break here. We got to thank our sponsors. Once again, I'm going to try and hook up with the official himself, Earl Mason, in the break, because that's what the producer does. We need somebody helping us out here, which hopefully someday we'll have. But once again, you're listening to the Coach and the AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be back, hopefully, with Earl Mason in about 3 minutes.
Stay tuned. It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner, but remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night in Soundgarden, it's the Eric Culberson Band. Tickets are priced at $10. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, and are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good Saturday morning, people. I'm glad you could join us. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're inside in Coach's Corner. We're going to have a projector screen next week for those highlights. So once again, I'm trying to find the right pieces. But once again, great first segment. Got to thank the good guy, the big guy, Frank Silikowski, for sending those highlights. We got to coordinate how we're going to, talk about that. We'll get it straight. We'll get it straight. So, but I'm glad you enjoyed that. Remember, you can go back and always watch it on YouTube. So please go to my YouTube channel, Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Subscribe to it, okay? And watch the previous shows. If you got a special person you want to watch, like the Athlete of the Week, just scroll it right up, and you can do from there. All right, so the first segment, we're calling it 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That means we're going 3 yards, 3 different yards. First yard was high school sports. Second was supposed to be college, and third was supposed to be professional, but we never get there. So Earl Mason, I tried to call him, tried to get him in between the break, but no luck. He's probably out there officiating a game. So we're going to go back to, the second yard. The second yard is college sports. It's a big day up in the prettiest little stadium today at 3:30. The Eagles will be taking on the Fighting Camels of Campbell University. How do you get a camel in Campbell University in the middle of North Carolina?
If you go back and read the kind of history of it, it's pretty unique. But it is Campbell University is located in basically southeastern North Carolina, right between Fayetteville and Raleigh. And but I've never seen really a camel fight. But they are the Fighting Campbell.
They spit on you, I heard.
They do. They get after it from that standpoint. Maybe that's why they fight so much, because they spit.
But it's 3:30. I mean, you got Wes Kennedy, you got Chris Harris, you got Brian Miller. I forgot to ask Mark Sussman if Brian Miller from Memorial Day School was the right tackle for the last year, and he got hurt really bad last year or the year before that. So I wonder if Brian Miller's going to be back. So if Sussman, if you're watching, tell me if Mr. Miller's going to be back to hold down that line, number 56. I know his number by heart. So once again, we're ready to go. So I'm ready for kickoff. There's a lot of big games going on. Hey, the West Virginia game at 12 o'clock on Fox Sports South. Okay, West Virginia has a lot of Savannah flavor. Sam James, Richmond Hill. Okay, the Jet out of Memorial Day School. Winston Wright. Okay, Finicaro Award winner. Okay, there's somebody else from New Hampstead. Come on, I'm getting blanks here. Sam Brown. So,
and then, well, not West Virginia, but someone in the West Virginia area. When Marshall played, we talked about him last week. We try to get him on the show.
Jeremy Smith. So once again, there's a lot of games going on. I heard this kid Howe from North Carolina, the quarterback's supposed to be really, really good.
Sam Howe.
Are you a Tar Heel, Phil, when it comes to football?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're taking on the Orange. We can't call them the Orangemen now. We got to call them the Orange. They're taking on Syracuse at noon on the ACC network. I couldn't find it on TV last week.
It's like, well, you have DirecTV or what you got?
I have Comcast, Xfinity.
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't have it. Okay, so okay. So there's a lot of big games. I'm looking for this one at 3:30 also. While 2:30, the Duke Blue Devils go to South Bend, Indiana to take on my Fighting Irish, Notre Dame. So Georgia Tech's taking on Florida State at 3:30. That'll be on ABC.
Yeah.
And, Jalen Deloach from Islands High School is on Florida State. Look for number 20. We'll see if he's ready to play. So a lot of people getting ready for the games today. What are you looking for?
Man, I'm just looking forward to be able to go home, turn on the TV, and flip between the channels of games. And what's so cool is, like we talked about last week, some of these smaller schools are getting some prime time. Talk about Georgia Southern. We'll talk about this as well.
They're going to be on ESPNU.
Man, they got some prime time games this year with all the COVID and conference and stuff. But that's what I'm looking forward to, is just being able to sit and flip between games and networks and see all the pregame shows. Pretty exciting.
And then you can come watch the games here.
Yes.
Just come in, ask the waitress, ask the manager,
They'll find
hey,
you.
I want to watch the Georgia Southern game. John Henderson, all sports, all the time. Every game you want to watch will be on here at Coach's Corner today. So, a little adult beverage, a little wings.
Little wings.
Can we start grubbing wings right now at 9:30 in the morning?
There's no law against it.
So it'll be a lot of fun. So we're waiting for our next guest to come on. So we're going to step. Is that it from college football? You done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're excited. Well, I got to talk about one quick one. Thursday night, the U, Miami, beating up on UAB, who brought back their football program.
Yeah, and even in the first years they brought it back, they went to a bowl game. Right. And so UAB was no joke, but the U looking solid down there. Diaz, head coach, looks like he's getting things in order. It takes coaches about 3 or 4 years to really get it. And I mean, if you've ever watched the ESPN 30 for 30s with the U, they talked about the line they could draw across the state. If we could just keep everybody in South Florida, how good they would be, and that was it. And that was their deal.
I got you. And I got to give a shout out to the Georgia fans. Probably one of the best coaches in Georgia, Marc played at the U. But who did he back up? Who was he backup quarterback?
Kosar?
No. Played for the Buffalo Bills.
Kelly.
Mr. Kelly. Okay.
Machine Gun Kelly.
So, we got our next guest waiting in the coach's corner waiting room. So we're going to go through this quick. We got to go to step 3, or the third yard of cloud of dust, okay? And that's, of course, the professionals. The Braves, Thursday night, Freddie Freeman came back, 3 big home runs. They won. They came back to win 7-6. Last night, they're down 5-0. They come back, and they lose in the 12th inning. I mean, because I was up late doing this stuff, the 11th and 12th inning, they had loaded bases, and they couldn't score.
Yeah, I mean, all the hits they got in the 29-run game,
yeah.
Holy cow.
But they still put up 7 and 7, so they put up 14 runs.
Yeah, they're putting up numbers. I mean, they got one of the best offenses, in Major League Baseball right now.
And you want to talk about the kid that got hurt, though. That's going to hurt us again.
Oh, my goodness.
He took a shot off a foul ball. Come on.
So, Acuna, all right, to foul ball off. We don't know exactly what
if it's broken or if it's badly bruised.
Yeah.
If you know, go to the chat room.
Yeah, let us know what's going on with Acuna there, because, that's the first time, like this week's really the first 4 games they've had the full lineup back in there since the first couple weeks of the season. They look good doing it, but, man, if he's out, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
So today, Ian Anderson, 2-0 for the Braves, makes his 4th major league start. He lasted season low 3 innings and lands 5 losses to the Marlins on Monday, so he's coming back. They're taking on Patrick Corbin, who allowed 5 runs on 9 hits and 5 1/3 innings. Last time they took on the Braves, and that was last Sunday. So that's tonight at 6:05, and then tomorrow, I don't know why the times are always moved up in D.C., but tomorrow they're playing at 12:35.
What's D.C. doing?
NFL? I don't know.
Maybe, because NFL
right.
football.
Pro golf. Brian Harmon's still going to play, and you got to love this, fans. Brian Harmon, Savannah Christian golfer, Georgia golfer. He's won 2 major championships. He got the exemption to play in the U.S. Open. Nice. He was one of the 5 players. He just missed out on the championship.
Yeah, I mean, he
was 37th.
Without a doubt.
He deserved it.
He deserved to be in the U.S. Open.
He got hot the last two golf tournaments. He was tied for 11th, tied for 12th. So Brian Harmon at the U.S. Open next week. Wingfoot.
Up in New York, right?
Yes.
Nice.
So it should be very interesting. Okay. Gene Sowers, our PGA Champions guy, okay, he's at the Sanford International at the Minnehaha Country Club in Sioux Falls.
Good job, man.
Yeah, okay. He's tied for 8th. He's only 3 under. Okay, the lead is 5 under. So he's right there, 2 strokes off. Tormenta, 2-0 lead last night.
Yep, 2-0 lead last night as they took on Union Omaha,
who's undefeated. They're 4-0-4.
Led by 2 goals. Union Omaha comes from behind to earn the draw. And you can see the record 2-5-2. You know, and that's the thing with soccer. I mean, just the point system that soccer goes on. I mean, you're so close. I mean, the points are so valuable.
It's like
Next
hockey.
match, September 19th versus Fort Lauderdale at Fort Lauderdale.
That's good. You know,
It's
good place to
road
play.
trip.
Okay. Hey, we got to thank our fans for sending us in the chat box. Dennis Kessler says,
Yeah.
"Hi, Coach Chad."
Yeah, man, this is a big follower of Calvary Day School. Did we get it on Lacuna yet?
No, we didn't get one on Lacuna yet. So.
But we will be. Hey, will be great to have some sense of normalcy again with college football.
And
Thank you.
Dominic Box is, Dominic Box is. I mean, he says
he's ready for
Sam
SEC
Pittman's
football.
first rodeo on the hill. So got to get ready for that. So
Good stuff.
once again, so it's going to be a great day of football. It's a great day here in Coach's Corner. It's the Coach and AD on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, waiting in the Coach's Corner waiting booth. The man himself. He's been a starter for 3 years over at Savannah Christian. Back-to-back great weeks, but, I mean, he's been starting as a sophomore. It was fun watching.
It feels like
it's still fun watching this kid grow.
I'm telling you, as someone who gets to play against Savannah Christian all the time, like he feels like he's one of those kids that have been there forever.
Oh, yeah.
Been there forever. And so I'm so excited to talk to this young man. He's just been doing great things on the field. And we'll get to him right after these.
And that's Spencer Robicheaux. Now, if you saw his name, I want to see how many times you could say that right when you first saw it. Because when he was a sophomore and we did the game of the week and I was trying to pronounce his name, I butchered it. But now it's Robicheaux.
Robicheaux.
I heard it's a little Cajun. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll
All
find
right.
out from him.
Let's thank our sponsors. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Savannah Christian's Spencer Robicheaux, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner, but remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night in Soundgarden, it's the Eric Culberson Band. Tickets are priced at $10. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia. at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to Karl DeMasi Sports Report here at the Center Sports Universe, Coach's Corner. We just got in talking about who are we?
The coach and the AD.
Coach and AD.
Okay.
I'm getting there. And we just got in talking about all the things you can do here at Coach's Corner today, all the games they'll be on. Come here, get some wings, get some food. But Karl and I are talking about this is our favorite part of the show. Every week, definitely Karl's when he started doing this so many years ago. And I love it as well because we really get to know the inside of these great student athletes we have here in the Savannah area. So we'll bring on Raider himself here for the last 3 years, leading the helm over there at Chatham Parkway, Spencer Robicheaux.
I mean, what more you want to say? The kid is unbelievable. Last 2 weeks, I mean, over 150 yards passing, running the ball, which is, I don't think it's something new for this kid because he was doing that as a sophomore. So I'm not going to tell you. But I got to give you this quote, okay? Baker Woodward says this is the most underrated football player in Savannah. I have to agree.
I have to agree with him. So, the amount of quarterback talent that's been stacked up in Savannah over coming years, everybody knows about this young man. Everybody knows how talented he is because they just win.
Right.
But he's not a guy who's a look-at-me guy. He doesn't take the headlines. He's a great teammate. And so, but we get to talk about him today, and I'm so excited here.
He's thrown for over 3,500 yards in his career. So joining us now on the Coach's Corner hotline or internet hotline is the man himself, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athlete from Savannah Christian, the Raiders, Spencer Robicheaux. Spencer, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So another big night for you up there in in Griffin County. I mean, you're on a roll, 2 for 2, over 150 yards passing. You're rushing the ball like you're. I mean, in that offense, you only got a one-back offense, so you're like the second running back. So in that run-pass option RPO offense, you're doing a great job. But once again, you're doing a great job. It's been fun watching you grow, Spencer.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Spencer, let's talk about a little bit of the game last night. What was the atmosphere like? Screven County is usually a very football-oriented community. So what was the atmosphere last night up there in Screven County?
Oh, the atmosphere was great. We had a bunch of fans come out and support us. And, we knew what we had to do. We had to attack fast, attack hard, and get points on the board early. So hopefully the Screven would lay down, which they did.
So, hey, I mean, you've been unbelievable. You've been playing quarterback your whole life. So when did you start playing sports, and when did you pick up the sport of football?
I probably started playing sports when I was 4. I played soccer, t-ball, all that. I started playing like organized football in 3rd grade, so I've been playing for about 8 or 9 years. And, I've just been going on from there.
And so talk about the development. The quarterback position is such a special position. I mean, the person that is, you're the guy. Pretty much every snap, you got to get the ball. You're making all decisions, especially in Baker's offense there. So talk about what's like the mental approach to being a quarterback, especially at the high school level, and the development aspect of it. Everything that people just think that, there's more to being a quarterback than some of the things that happen. So talk about the development of a quarterback and your development last couple of years, especially with Coach Woodward.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just got to know everything on the field, everything on the offense, and prepare for everything that the defense you're going to face. Coach Woodward and Coach Clemens also have been helping me, watch film, breaking down defense, making sure I got my footwork right, and making sure I know what reads to make also. But, yeah, it's you just got to know everything on the field and just lead the guys, really.
All right, so you got the mental part of the game down. This man, every time we got a quarterback on here, he picks their brains. He's like the John Gruden, of picking quarterback's brains. Well, his son is getting into that fold now too. So mentally you have to be prepared. Physically, you can throw the ball. You can run the ball. You run it like a fullback sometimes. If I had to go to Coach Woodward or Coach Bell from your previous years at Savannah Christian, what would they tell me Spencer Robichaux's best football skill is?
I I would say the ability to extend the play. You know, if the pocket collapses, I can escape and find a guy and make the throw, or even run the ball.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because you have killed us at Calvary Day School last couple of years with that. Just the last couple of times we played, man, this kid is almost impossible to hem up.
Right.
And watching him last couple of years, especially in the state playoff game, just spins out tackles, extends plays on the run, and is able to keep his eyes down the field and find wide receivers and hit them. And I was eager to see what he's going to say, because I knew what I was going to say after he said it, if that wasn't what he said, because he just does a tremendous job of escaping plays. He's way bigger than what people think he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's very elusive. He's quick. He just has, to me, a kid like Spencer just has that it factor.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In it. So, Spencer, also one of my favorite things I talk about with guys we have on, you might not be the most highly touted or, from a stats position, but, I mean, talk about your recruitment, because it seems like, playing college ball is something that you want to do, talking to Coach Wilbur. So talk about your recruitment, where that's at, what's your thinking, and what's that been like in this weird kind of COVID transition area for you guys and your connection with coaches?
Okay, so I've been having some contacts with some smaller schools. I got an offer from Reinhardt during the quarantine, which was surprising, actually. And
well, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, man.
There's a former quarterback from Savannah Christian that did very well up there.
Right, I heard about that. But I'm just pretty much kind of under the radar, but hoping to get myself out there, try to post as much highlight videos and everything. And I keep getting some follows on Twitter by some coaches and just trying to reach out to them.
And you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Board all the time on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, inside Coach's Corner. And we're talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Spencer Robicheaux. All right, I've been watching you now. Coach has been watching you. AD's been watching you. Okay, tell us the difference now from your sophomore year when you got that starting quarterback role to your senior year. What's the transition been like?
Oh, the transition is tremendous. I came in my sophomore year, nervous, but also ready. I mean, I was definitely way smaller. I hit the weight room constantly, training, footwork, speed, and I feel like now I'm way more confident in my abilities, and I feel like I can really lead my team to great accomplishments.
Nice.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. It's been fun watching you grow and develop. From that standpoint, you can just see, your maturity, but you've always been a great player there. One thing we ask the guys that come on is, if you had to give advice to younger generation, let's just say whether it's quarterbacks or younger generation of student athletes coming out, passing that knowledge on to the next level of kids, what are some things that Spencer would tell the young student athletes coming up that are just vitally important if you want to be successful, not only just in football, but maybe in life?
I would just say always be resilient. I mean, that's our team motto right now. And it means just whenever life gets hard, just get back up, keep going, just trust the process. In football, if you're not playing maybe your freshman, sophomore year, just keep trying, keep getting bigger, keep working hard, and you'll end up being a really good player.
Well, I've watched you've grown and you've done a great job. Tell us, if you have a role model, who do you look up to?
I would say I look up to my dad. He's definitely my biggest fan. Just always encouraging me, always going to be the best that I can. And yeah, pretty much.
How about the family? Tell us about the family. How much has your family contributed to your success?
Oh, my family has contributed to a lot of my success. They're always pushing me, always, my sisters, if I'm on social media, they'll repost me everywhere. My sister, Savannah, she's been DMing Coach Lunsford at Georgia Southern nonstop. But they're very supportive in my football career.
Spencer, talk about, you got a great family there. You got, sound like a great cheerleading section as well, from your sisters there helping promote you. But talk about, how long have you been at Savannah Christian? Have you been there your whole life?
I've been there since my 6th grade year.
Yeah, so your 6th grade year. So now 6 years in the mix of Savannah Christian. Just talk about what that's meant for you as you're able to grow up through the system there, and just talk about what it's like to be a Raider.
Just being a part of the Raider community is awesome. You know, everyone has your back. Being able to turn around and look at the stands and see the whole Raider community is just a great sight to see. You know, they're always cheering you on, always encouraging, and it's just great.
You know, you've had a great experience over there. So let's turn the hat here. Okay. What game is Spencer Robicheaux going to watch today on TV? And that's, of course, football.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure. Probably try to get to all of them, you know.
You know, no game film from Coach Woodward. I mean, that's football too.
Oh yes, sir, for sure. Definitely watch
that probably goes without asking. Right?
Yes, sir.
Let's ask this: where's something about Spencer Robicheaux that maybe people outside just don't know? You know, they know he's a quarterback, he's a student athlete, things of that nature. But what's something about Spencer maybe that people don't know about you?
Something a lot of people that don't know about me. I'm pretty spiritual, you know. I always look to God when I'm having rough times, you know, keep my prayers up and just keep a close relationship with him.
Well, Spencer, it's fun watching you grow. I mean, back-to-back great weeks, and you've had a great career so far into your senior year. My last question is, how do you take this COVID-19 pandemic and you getting to play football? You've got 2 games under your belt. What's your attitude about going further? Is it one game at a time? It's the whole season? How are you looking at this whole thing?
Definitely one game at a time. You know, you never know when it'll be your last game, really. Just always attack fast, attack hard, and just beat the opponent, you know.
And the opponent is COVID-19 right now, too.
That's right.
Yeah, Spencer, like I said, it's been great to watch you. You're definitely just a tremendous young man, student athlete. Keep working hard, keep doing the things that you're doing, keep being the great role model that I hear you are from talking to people over there at Savannah Christian as well. I mean, you always know there's the younger generation of kids are always watching you older guys. And I know you guys take a big responsibility on that. So keep doing those great things, man. Keep enjoying every moment, because you can see around you schools and programs and stuff that you're right. You just don't know what the next day is going to have. And you guys have been, resilient in that fact as well. So, man, we wish you the best of luck. Keep working hard. Also, hey, man, the recruiting stuff will come. Whatever school finds you will be lucky to have you, because you're just a player. You're a game time player, and just stay the course, man. It'll happen. Whatever God's got in store with you, He'll find the right school for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
And Spencer, as always, it's a great day to be a Raider.
That's right. Great day to be a Raider.
Thanks, Spencer. Have a good week, and look forward to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I mean, just an outstanding young man. Watching him grow. I mean, that first game, I think we did call the first game, and I think that he played on the radio, and you can tell the kid's grown. He's got a lot of confidence, and he's physically bigger. Yeah. And I mean, it says 5'11", but he looks bigger than 5'11".
I swear, I think someone's mismeasuring him over.
And maybe Coach Lunsford will respond to his sister's direct messages. Maybe. I mean, go Eagles. I mean, I had a son that went there too. Nobody was looking at him. He walked on there, and it turned out pretty good. Yeah. So,
and I mean, that's the thing, though. Like Baker was saying in here, he is probably one of the best quarterbacks. There's no arguing that. He is one of the best quarterbacks in Savannah, and he's right. If he let Spencer run more, he probably could. Run. I mean, they've had a bevy of backs in, Markel Brown and others, and it might be that he just unleashes Spencer a little bit more as he goes, because he's not had to do that, but he knows that's in Spencer's repertoire to be able to do that. And, like I say, what's the highlights that, him rolling to his left, throwing back across his body, great throw last night. He's just fun to watch. And like I said, he's been torturous for us. And that's the biggest compliment I can give him, man. It's every time you think you have this kid hemmed up,
he's not hemmed
up. He just finds a way out. He keeps his eyes down the field, and he can play. He's just a flat-out player. So whatever college gets him is getting just a standout player.
Being a whole football coach, I haven't coached in a while, but being an old football coach, assistant head coach, whatever you want to call me, when you run an offense and you have a triple threat quarterback, that's what we used to call it. They can run, they can pass, and they can do the option. So you have an RPO quarterback that puts so much pressure on the defense You got to get to the corner and put the pressure on that defense. When you have that, like a kid like this, it's something, adds another dimension to your offense.
It's hard because he just keeps plays alive. And as a DB safety, you're sitting there trying to guard these guys. And if you got to guard someone for more than 4 seconds, Spencer's just going to find the open guy, and he usually does.
As we say, he makes things happen. You know what I mean?
He makes it happen.
Okay, and that's our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Okay, I got to get that old commercial back. I missed that. Spencer Robicheaux from Savannah Christian. Great job. Next week they take on Valwood at Pooler.
Yep.
It's Cooler and Pooler, and it's the home of the Savannah Christian Raiders. We forgot to ask him what it was like playing on that turf.
We'll get him.
We'll get him back again. So we'll be right back. Looks like I'm going to have to phone call my next guest because he's not in the waiting booth, and hopefully we'll have a guest. If not, I know we'll have a guest at 10:05. So special guest, I'm going to announce that at the top of the hour. You're listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report in the
center of the sports universe.
And
Coach
food.
Corners. And music.
And music, all sports, all music, all the time, right here on the Coach Corner Sports Network. We'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Wash your hands.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner, but remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night in Soundgarden, it's the Eric Culberson Band. Tickets are priced at $10. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning from the Coach's Corner Sports Network, where it's the universe of sports,
Music.
food, fun, all the time.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Last night, I drove by here, going to your game. I wanted to stop by to come in and get some wings on my way to your game, but the Calvary game, and the place was packed. There was no place to park, so I had to keep going. And they had the departure band last night.
Oh, yeah.
Journey. Hold on. You take this over. I got a call from the guest.
I got it. Here we go. Hey, so just a recap, show we've had so far. We opened up with, high school sports. Big thanks to Frank Siskowski, the big guy who gave us all of our highlights to open up the night. Then we had Spencer Robicheaux on, just had him on. Savannah Christian Red Raider quarterback. They're off to a 2-0 start. They'll host Valwood, Perennial Power in Geesa next week. And then we got some other stuff. So let's while we're waiting here, let's go back over some high school scores. Hey, if you missed it, 2 huge D1 quarterback commits played last night. You had Brock Vandergrift. So if you're a Georgia fan, he played last night. Prince Avenue traveled up and played Rabun County. Gunnar Stockton, another one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Underclassman. I thought he was a 2021, but he's a 2022 kid. He's already committed to the University of South Carolina. Rabun County jumped up right after halftime to a 31-7 lead, and it looked like they were going to run away with it. But here comes Brandon Griff, and Prince Avenue back, and they charged back, got it within a field goal, 31-28. Rabun County gets a late touchdown, and so it ended up being a 38-31 game. But what a great high school game up there in Rabun County, featuring 2 high school quarterbacks from the state of Georgia. And that's the one thing, people, if you don't realize, the state of Georgia is producing D1 quarterbacks at one of the highest levels there is. And so it's been impressive. So let's run down some scores once again from last night as we go through it. We have the college scores once again. Georgia Southern comes in. They play today. They're playing the Fighting Camels of Campbell University. But as we work on getting our next guest on, I'm going to go through the scoreboard for you while Carl works on this. So once again, last night, Richmond Hill, after a big win against Camden County, opened up. They go down to Ware County. The Gators get a little bite out of them, and Ware County is 39-26 there. Up in Palace of the Pines, Benedictine 49, Effingham 7. All right, at the Corral. I love all these names for the stadiums and places to go. At the Corral in South Effingham. Here we go, Carl. His video's here. Meadow 26, South Effingham 3. Over at corner 63rd and Paulson, Calvary Day 48, Bull Academy 7.
Specialty Sports Stadium. He's not going to tell you that. Or complex.
Specialty Sports Complex. Right.
Sorry, Sierra.
So Savannah Christian 26, Ascreven County 7. Bethesda took on and ran wild yardage, piled up over John Paul 30-20. St. Andrews and Hilton Head Prep tied 14 all. Lights went out there. They have no lights, so the darkness there. Memorial Day 46, Griffin Christian 6. ECI and Savannah Country Day canceled because of COVID-related issues. All right.
Well, the big announcement for me is, once again, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report in conjunction with Coaches for Curing Cancer. And now we got the Chris Cokley Foundation joining in. Chris Cokley, standout basketball player, Savannah High and at UAB. His mother just passed away. He started the foundation. So he's going to be involved in this too. So it's going to be a big day on October 10th. That's right, a month away, at How to Run Specialty Running Store at the corner or the intersection or the junction of 204 and 95 out there on your way to Florida, way to South Carolina. Good friend of the show, good friend of mine. His younger brother is now the head coach at Vidalia. He was the head coach at Jenkins High School, took him to the quarterfinals, the semifinals. So once again, he's joining us now on the Coach's Corner hotline, and that's Marc Cameron. Marc, hold it. There you go. How you doing, Marc? Can you hear us, Marc? He's coming back from.
I'm not hearing you guys, Coach.
You're not hearing us?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
I can't hear you guys at all.
The mic's on.
You can take them off and try to bring them back.
It might be your earphones.
Your Bluetooth.
Your Bluetooth.
As we're working on him, you can see he's come back from race. He's got a medal around his neck.
He's got a medal around his
neck. Must have did well there. So we'll try to get him back on. But Carl, keep talking about this event that you've had that's so special to you.
I'm pretty sure this will be the 5th year that I'm doing this. I started way back when Tim Adams started the Coach's Corner Foundation. I said, how can I be involved in this? Okay. And I said, let me try and do a 5K. And it's been going. We average about 100 people every year, and all the proceeds have gone to Coaches for Curing Cancer, and they've donated to the cure. So Chris Cokley, his mother just passed away, came back. He was on the show. He's dealing with Sports Squared with Nate Schaefer, and they said, can they join in to get? Hopefully, they'll get a 5K going. So we're gonna see what happens. And this man's been helping me out with the races. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you, Coach. Can you hear me?
Are you there? We can hear you now.
Clear, man.
So
As long as you can hear my accent, we're good, Coach. I've missed you.
now, well, yeah, I can hear your accent too, there, buddy. So he's from Jersey, I'm from New York, but we get along well. So we just announced that October 10th, we will have the Karl DeMasi Sports Sport 5K, 10K run supporting Coaches for Cancer and the Chris Cokley Foundation. And I got to thank you for putting this together. And the course out there, from what I hear, is really good.
It's beautiful, yep. And the good thing is that this year we're offering the 5K and the 10K route, which is great. We start out by the store at How to Run. We're going to head down to Love Seafood for the 10K. Dan will set up the turnaround there. We got a nice 1.5 mile route set up for the turnaround for the 5K. And what's good about that is it'll give us a chance to get more runners, because a lot of runners want to have multiple distances between the 5K and the 10K. So that should be really cool.
All right, so, what people have to do, they just got to go to what, Savannah Races to sign up?
Yes, sir. SavannahRaces.com. Sign up. Coaches versus Cancer race is up there on the calendar. Sorry it took me a minute to get in here. I actually just left Run at Dan's races. The Sunburn race was this morning out here in Wormslow. A bunch of us are all covered in sweat and mud, and it's a part of a trail race. And so I hopped in the car. The coach says, come on, and here I am. So, but October 10th, we will be out there, and just go on EnduranceRaceServices.com and get registered, because all the proceeds are going to battle cancer. It's you can't beat a cause like that.
Yeah, hey, man, we know that, so talk about a little bit more about the race this morning you were involved in. Talk about that.
Yeah, so, the races are going off. They're going off as good as we can get them to go off, they're going off. We're social distancing. We're, keeping the start staggered. We're just doing whatever we can to keep people active and running and outside, and just trying to do the best we can to get people active and running. And this morning, it's called the Sunburn Race. It was a 10K and a half marathon out at Wormslow here off Skidaway, by the First Baptist Church, off Skidaway Road. And so, there was about 200 runners out here today, so it was great.
Hey, have you seen an uptick in running over COVID-19? Because people, just tired of being inside, all those things. Have you seen an uptick in that for you guys?
Yes, without a doubt, there's been an uptick. The fact that gyms are closed, and the fact that, basically right now people still want to stay in shape, and they want to be active, and they want to be outside. So one of the things that people are venturing into is getting out and running and purchasing some new shoes and getting out there just to stay healthy, because let's face it, if you're going to, God forbid, battle this horrible pandemic and this disease, it's better to battle it healthy than unhealthy. So, we've definitely seen an uptick in people being interested in walk running, and running. So the races, like I said, are they as big as they've been in the past? No, I'm not going to lie and tell you that, but they're still, there was a 9/11 race last night that Dan put on that had, 100 and something people running in honor of 9/11, and all that were lost. And then we doubled back in this morning and did this race. Dan is still trying every weekend, every couple of weekends like he normally does, to just put on a race safely and in bigger areas, parks, things like that, big parking lots, so that everybody can social distance and feel safe. Some of the stuff in the city can't do it because it's just too enclosed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely does. And, for what you tell me, big turnout. Now, How to Run Running Store, 2 years now, going strong, eh?
Yes, sir. August was our 1 year anniversary. We've entered into year 2. Everything is going great. We got a great, as we call it, a great run family that supports us. I know Carl's been out there for the Wednesday night runs. Every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, we do free group runs open to the public. And they've been great and still huge and going strong, which has been nice. Yeah, and then we run every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. as well. We kind of added that one again just as another option to give people a chance to stay active and be out there and doing things. So, yeah, it's been great. Year two, we've turned the corner, and, we battled that horrible fire that we dealt with when the store first opened in Hinesville. And then, the same month, March, of year two of being open, we battled COVID. And we've come through a fire and a pandemic, and we're still standing.
Hey, talk about if the novice runner that comes into the store, what can you guys help them with as they get started, wanting to get running and doing those things? What are some things you help them, whether it's picking shoes, being evaluated? Talk about that.
So we don't pick any shoes. When you come in the store, you're going to come in, you're going to tell us what you're doing in the shoe, whether it's walk, run, gym. Then we're going to put you through a full fitting and a full screening. It's got a bit of a physical therapy background to it. And then we're going to pull a variety of shoes after screening you. You're going to try them out in the store. You're going to run on the treadmill because you're buying running shoes. We're going to help you with your run form. We're going to assess different things, glutes, hamstrings, calves, Achilles tendon, everything else. And we're going to guide you through to picking the correct shoe. At the end of the day, then, it's your foot, your feel, and you're going to go home with a shoe that works good for you, hopefully.
How is, my last thing before I let Karl take back over, how has technology helped the running community, and how has that changed over the last several years?
Well, the first thing the technology's helped is that we're able to just stay connected, like especially during this pandemic. Obviously, Facebook, Instagram, we're all on it. We're messaging each other. We're saying, hey, we're going out for a run here. It's how we let people know about the Wednesday night runs, et cetera, et cetera. And it just, that aspect of it has been great. Technology in the store, we have a couple of things that we do during the fitting, if that's also what you mean. We have a heat transfer plate that's going to let, us see your entire foot shape, arch, blood flow to the toes, different things like that. So, yeah, so technology, anything that we can do to stay in the 21st century, and stay ahead of the game to help the runners, that's what we're looking for.
You guys do a great job. I've been there for a couple of pair of shoes, and the fittings are right. And like you said, it's all about what the customer needs. All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. Once again, October 11th, Coaches for Cancer, Karl DeMasi, Chris Cokley, 5K, 10K run. Remember, go to
we will be out there. Yep.
Savannah races, October 10th. Join up, and you get a free T-shirt with it, too.
Yep, SavannahRaces.com, October 10th. I'll be out there. Coach will be out there. And let's raise some money. Let's battle some cancer. That's what we're going to do.
All right, Marc, always a pleasure. I know you got to go home, take a shower, get back to work. Keep doing a great job, and we'll do this again.
You got it. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on. I'll see you. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Marc.
Appreciate it.
All righty. Bye-bye.
The guy does a great job. He's a fanatic now. I think the story was in the Savannah Morning News. He went from 350 to like 175 pounds by changing his diet, by starting to walk, then starting to run. And the man has done a New York City Marathon. Can you imagine going from 350 to 175? It's a total different person.
It is the whole person. And two, people got to realize, you can't just go run New York City Marathon or Boston Marathon. You got to qualify for it. So the time and effort you got to put in to stay in the physical shape to go run those type marathons is just tremendous. But man, that's why I love to hear people like I talk Coach Stroud, our head football coach, who's a huge runner.
Fanatic,
yes. And but he talks about the technology aspect, going into a store now and all the things that they can figure out. Like he was like, hey, they'll figure out your stride and they'll do this and that. I'm like, man, I just try but the places do a great job.
All right, so October 10th, the Karl DeMasi, the Coaches for Curing Cancer, the Chris Cokley Foundation will have a 5K, 10K race out at How to Run at the intersection or junction at 204 and I-95, 8 o'clock in the morning. Go to Savannah Races, click on the races, find the Coaches for Curing Cancer 5K, 10K run. Hey, support it. All proceeds. Nothing goes to me. Nothing goes to anybody that's involved here. It goes to charity. All proceeds. All right? Well, I got a special guest. Georgia Southern. We got a lot of local talent playing there. But what was it like, Chad, going to Georgia Southern and playing football there? What was the atmosphere like? And you know what? It runs in the family.
It does.
I'm going to bring on the man himself, the real Coach DeMasi, now the offensive coordinator, co-head coach. Co-head coach now, okay?
I
At Savannah State is my boy, Russell DeMasi, the real Coach DeMasi. Up next in 3 minutes, all on the coaches, the coach, and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes. Russell, hang tight. We'll be right back. Got to thank the people.
Got to.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner, but remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston Butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night in Soundgarden, it's the Eric Culberson Band. Tickets are priced at $10. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back. It's the coach and the AD on a Saturday morning talking all sports, all local, all national, all the time. And it's right here at the center of the sports universe. Did I get it right finally? There we go. Touchdown. And it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's Karl DeMasi and Chad Griffin. Always have a lot of fun every Saturday morning. I figured, Chad, on my way here, what would be more fun than talk to a former Georgia Southern Eagle about what it's like to play there and about how they're finally getting their first game. And you know what? He used to live in the household. He's married. He's got his own household now, but my own boy.
Bring him on, man. Let's go.
And he's right now joining us on the Coach's Corner hotline. You're not on the hot seat again, Russell. And that's, of course, he's the Savannah State co-offense coordinator, recruiting coordinator, assistant head coach, my boy, Russell DeMasi. Former Savannah Christian Raider, too. What's up, buddy?
Hey, appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey, I appreciate you doing it this at the last minute. And I know when I called you, you were running also.
Yeah, me and Kate were actually listening to Marc a little bit ago, and she was listening to Marc talk, and I think she's going to do the 10K. I think I'll stick to the 5K, but it should be a good time to over 10.
I'll be with you, Russell. I'll stick to the 5K. I'll hang with you. She can go do 10. I'll stay with the 5.
Hey, yeah, and she'll probably still finish before us. So
You're right.
Before me.
Before you. Hey, I know you're not allowed to talk about kids or anything like that, but Savannah Christian, there's a kid over there that's really good, and you're walking in his steps. You didn't get recruited much. What was the story behind you and Georgia Southern?
We had a few other guys get recruited by there. Tyler Sumner, he was a wide receiver for us. He actually signed a scholarship there, ended up playing tight end. But a few of us, our senior year, 5 of us actually took a recruiting trip up there. We went up there for a whole day. Coaches showed us around. And actually got to give a shout out to Coach Andrews. He's actually battling COVID right now and is pretty sick. I wish him the best and wish him well. But he came to Savannah Christian a few times, and he always made it a point to come to talk to me and Tyler. And, when I stepped on campus, I really knew that's where I wanted to be. I didn't have a lot of recruiting going on. I was only talking to maybe 2 or 3 schools. But they kept on talking to me, and they offered me a preferred walk-on spot. And, the rest is history. I was there for 4.5 years, got to play 5 seasons there. Learned a lot from 2 good head coaches, and Coach Hatcher and Coach Monken. And, I use what they taught me to this day.
He's being modest. He's also got two SoCon rings.
Yeah, I was going to ask him, how did your experience and time there, is that where it really got your fire burning for going into coaching, or is it just a natural family thing, or what was the balance there for you saying, hey, this is the trajectory I want to go?
Yeah, I think it was before that. Definitely the first time. I mean, and Dad will tell you, on Sundays it was spent working on, I can't remember what the program was called, but he would set it up in our computer room, and we'd sit there and we'd put the film up on a projector up on the wall, and we'd break down the film for his next week's game. And that had to be probably around 6th or 7th grade, right when he had got over to Groves. And from then on, I got involved with the aspect of the X's and O's, and that's always intrigued me. I always like to try and find a way to give my team a competitive advantage, and I thank Dad for that. But I also saw the way he interacted with the guys he had, and what a role model he was to his players and students when he was teaching at the school, and that really left a mark on me. And I'm doing this, and I tell my guys all the time, I'm doing this to make you a better man, and then to make you a better player. And if I don't do either of those 2 things, then I haven't done my job for those guys. And my dad really started that and instilled that in me, and then it only grew with Coach Hatcher, going into more detail about the X's and O's, and then Coach Monken about the way he ran his teams, and the discipline and the accountability that he held us to. It's really just, it's had a big impact on my life, and my life is football, and my life is these guys that I'm coaching.
All right, let's go back to your student days plus your football days at Georgia Southern. What makes Georgia Southern so special? Is it the yellow bus, the traditions, Eagle Creek? I mean, you still bleed blue and white, even though you bleed blue and orange now. What makes it so special for you guys, or the students that go to Georgia Southern?
Yeah, it's just a little different shade of blue now, but I hope forever I stay bleeding blue. It was, you said it, the traditions, and everybody talks about Eagle Creek. Everybody talks about the Valley song or the buses or being in the locker room for the pregame song. But what I think the biggest thing is the traditioning of winning. And that's what we're trying to do here at Savannah State. All that stuff is good and well, and it's fun, and it's great to be a part of. But I can tell you right now, all of us would have traded in to go out there each and every Saturday and do what we did and win every Saturday. They used to always say there's nothing like being an Eagle on a Saturday night after a big win. And we say the same to the Tigers right now. It's nothing like being a Tiger on a Saturday night after a big win. But it's definitely the tradition of winning, I think, that made it so special. It makes it easy to come to practice when you're winning. When you're winning, all things are good. When you're losing, man, usually the team's morale is different than a winning team's. And it transferred to the rest of our lives, man. You saw J-Bo Shaw last night coaching on ESPNU. Raven got the big win. Great job by him. But all the guys that I played with, a lot of them are doing better things after they're done playing football. We have a few guys that are still playing in the NFL, but a lot of them are doing great things after. And that's the biggest tradition to me, and that's what makes Georgia Southern so special.
Russell, as we get into what are you able to do currently right now at Savannah State? What's y'all's day regimen going on in football, kind of, the world of football for you guys with things being put on hold? How are you, what's the development each and every day?
Yeah, I'd say we're facing some adversity right now. A lot of teams are practicing right now. A lot of teams are playing. There's teams doing different things. Right now, we're actually not allowed to be with our guys in a workout setting or on the field, which is, it's different for me. I've never been at home on a Saturday watching a college game day. It's awkward. My wife's like, are you happy? I'm like, I'm not really sure. This isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be out there with my guys getting ready, to go to battle with them and get them prepared to go and win a football game. But, it's it's different. And we're not doing anything right now, and hopefully that's going to change here soon. But we just can't wait to get back to the guys. We keep in constant contact. The biggest thing we're doing right now is academics, making sure they're getting off on the right foot in the classroom. It's always easy to start the class, to start the semester well, and then towards the end, you got some wiggle room. Whereas if you start off slow, man, it's hard to get back to where you need to be. So we're really focused on that right now, and hopefully, like I said, within a few days or hopefully a week, we're going to be able to get back out on the field and be able to work with our guys and, do what we love to do.
We've talked about this, though, but the positive side is this, which you just said. You're helping the kids now become students, concentrating on their grades. And even though you're not on the field, you still got to interact with them. And you guys are stressing the academics over there, right?
Definitely. And like I told you before, it's to make you a better person and a better player. Right now, we can't do that with them as a player, as a football player. So right now it's all about, making them the better person, making sure they're on time to everything they need to get, making sure they're at study halls, making sure they're at breakfast checks, making sure they're going to classes, making sure they're checking their emails, doing things they need to do to be successful throughout life. And I think it's going to translate for them. It's translated for a lot of guys here the past 5 years I've been here. And, our goal is just 100% graduation rate. And I think we're getting off to a great start here now. But, of course, we want to be back on the field, as safely as possible.
Russell, talk about, what are you guys allowed to do right now recruiting-wise? What does that look like for you? Are you able to go out and go to games? Or what's recruiting looking like for you guys right now?
Yeah, so it actually, for us, it just opened back up September 1st. We're allowed to go off campus and see student-athletes. We're allowed to go to the schools. What you'll be seeing from us mostly is all around Savannah. We're going to be at football games. We're going to be, going to see the guys we're recruiting, and we're going to hit every high school once. We're going to go make sure you see you play. There may be a kid we're not recruiting that hopefully once we get there and see him in person, we're like, that kid has some ability. He has some potential. He could fit what we do for our program. And then, as always, we sit there, we watch huddle film. Every Wednesday, we go through a different position. Each coach goes and ranks their players, and then he shows them to all the other coaches, and they watch them and they give their input, and the rankings may change a little bit. But, we're really just getting our board together. Our recruiting, really picks up around November and December because our signing day is in February. But who knows how it's going to be this year with with COVID and with all the different things going on, all the adversity going on. So we're going to stay ready. We make sure our guys know who they are, and we're going to try and get them locked in as early as possible. We'll be out to games here shortly as soon as the Savannah public schools open up in the beginning of October, and then I know the private schools have just started, but we've got to pick and choose our games because we can only be at one game each year for each high school. So we got to make sure we're picking the best game. Calvary against whoever, I'm probably going to be at the Calvary Savannah Christian game, let's be honest. But it's a fun time, and all the coaches are doing a great job making sure their guys they know we're interested in them, and then they can get to campus whenever that opens up.
Well, buddy, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to tell us about what it's like to be an Eagle, and I know you got a lot on your plate with Savannah State. You guys are doing a great job over there, and I'll talk to you later. And I know we'll be watching at 3:30. We'll be watching Georgia Southern against the Fighting Camels of Campbell.
Yep, can't wait. Always appreciate you guys having me on, and I really look forward to that run October 10th. I'll tell you, said it this morning, it's going to be a good time.
Hey, and you can be there. I know it's not the way you want to be there, but you can be there.
Yep, got to take advantage of it while I've got the opportunity. It's hopefully be the only fall I have without football, so I'm going to take advantage of it and, have fun with my family and my wife.
All right, peace out. I'll talk to you in a little while.
See you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Russell.
There's a kid that's matured. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's well-spoken. He loves what he's doing. And there's something about Savannah State. I mean, I know he's a Georgia Southern Eagle, a former Georgia Southern Eagle, but there's just something about Savannah State that has him. He loves the place. He's been there now for over 7 years. I mean, he's the only person that's been there the whole time. And he just loves it. He loves Savannah State.
Part of it, I mean, we have this conversation a lot. Well, Savannah in general is a special place to be. And if you can do what you love and be in a place that you really want to be in, then it's the best of both worlds. I mean, he could probably go to some other schools and some other areas and do other things, but maybe it's not the geographic area you want to be in. Maybe it's not, some other things. And the fact that you could be in a place, and he obviously believes in the institution, believes in what they're doing. He's getting an opportunity to grow as a coach there.
Yep.
That's the other big thing that you you want as a coach is, hey, am I
You
able
wanna
to grow here? Am I able to learn? Am I able to also get some opportunity to really develop who I want to be as a coach? And it seems like that's happening at Savannah State.
He's enjoying it. Okay, before we get out of here and we'll finish up the show, is it my turn to grill you?
No, I'm grilling you.
Oh, you're grilling me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Georgia Southern against Campbell University. You want to come here, Coach's Corner, and watch it. It's on ESPNU. Just come in, tell John Henderson which game or whoever the hostess is or the waitress or the manager is. Tell them what game you want to see. They'll accommodate you. There are 7 Savannah area players suiting up for the Eagles today. Brian Miller, Memorial Day School. Samuel Westbrook, Effingham County High School. Travian Locke, Benedictine. Anthony Beck, South Effingham. Cedric Isles, H.V. Jenkins High School. And these 2 guys have made their name at Georgia Southern. They're well known. You got to go with Chris Harris. I know for a fact, number 32. I know Miller's 56. I apologize to the other guys. And number 12, he's been making national news over there at Georgia Southern, Wes Kennedy. So there you go. There are your 7 Savannah area players on that Georgia Southern roster that you can follow today at 3:30 on the ESPNU channel in here at Coach's Corner. I'm watching it. Go blue, go white. And like my son said, it's a fun day during the day, but it's a great night to be an Eagle on Saturday night. So
Nice, man.
So, all right, well, coming back, it's 3 out the door. I'm going to get grilled today. It's my turn. It's the coach and AD, Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin, right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Universe. Oh, sorry, network.
Which is the center of the sports universe.
I know. I just want to go there. Let's thank our sponsors. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner, but remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night in Soundgarden, it's the Eric Culberson Band. Tickets are priced at $10. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Hey, it's Saturday morning. The coach and AD would like to thank you if you've joined us today We've had a great show. It's always a lot of fun. We're on the internets, okay, here at the universe of sports, Coach's Corner. All food, all music, all the time, all football games here today. Remember, Wednesday nights, we have Pub Star Trivia. Thursday nights, we got the Nashville Sound. I heard that's a big hit.
Oh, my gosh. Without
I heard
doubt.
it's a big hit.
The last one they had was on American Got Talent.
Right? Yep. And Friday night, always a band Friday night. Last night, Departure, Journey band, Journey cover band. The place was packed. Okay, and I don't want to get John in trouble, but they were following
social distancing guidelines.
Okay, and then tonight we got the Eric Culberson band, $10 to get in tonight, right out here in the Sound Garden. And don't forget, I forgot Wednesday nights before us on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. These three guys that do a great job. It's called Rubbin' and Grubbin'. You got Dan Foles, he's the host, and the man goes as fast as an 8-cylinder car goes. Always going, his motor's moving. Brandon Baines, yep, who is the motor of the show. He's the brains, okay? He runs the show. And then, of course, the man that controls the whole thing, that makes those guys look really good, is Lawrence Bennett. So that's 6 o'clock every Wednesday night here at Coach's Corner. Facebook page, YouTube page, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. All right, we got to thank our guests before we take 3 steps out the door. Once again, all right, we didn't get Earl Mason, probably out there officiating the game.
Officiating this
but
morning.
even though he wanted to do it, I do have to appreciate it. I love Earl Mason. If you don't know, I found out also he's a deacon in a church. I didn't know that.
I tell you, it's funny. Every time, like last night, again, he was a line judge, and he's down close to the end zone. And he also, just shows you, he was a West Side Whipper, youth football. And the guys behind him, that's the first thing they said was West Side Whippers. So those guys, listen, if you grew up in Savannah and you played for the Whippers, it is like a fraternity all the way through. And so, Earl, great job once again. Thanks for what you do for refereeing sports.
Fighting Scottish Rebel.
Yeah, man.
He was over there at Groves High School. He played basketball there. Now he's been coaching it. Started out at Groves, then over to Johnson. So he gives back. We got to go with our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week, watching this kid grow from a young sophomore now to a mature, confident quarterback at Savannah Christian. We got Spencer Robicheaux doing a great job. And then, of course, Marc Cameron coming from a race at Wormslow, jumping on, telling you about October 10th, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the Coaches for Curing Cancer Foundation, the Chris Cokley Foundation, doing our 5K, 10K run. I think it's like the 5th year. And, of course, my son, Russell DeMasi, coming on at the last minute, talking about what it's like to bleed blue, okay? And we're talking about Georgia Southern Blue. Like I said, there's 7 players on the roster today, 3:30, ESPNU. Coach's Corner will have it on the tube. Come on in. All right, well, we thanked everybody. And once again, we don't say much to each other on here, but I got to thank this guy next to me. He makes this so much easier when there's someone with you doing a radio show or an internet show that you can go back and forth to each other. He does a great job. I know yesterday, this man took over 40, he didn't want me to tell you this, 40,000 steps last night on a game day, Calvary hosting Bullock Academy. And when I got there, he was frazzled because things weren't going the right way.
We were having some technical issues yesterday. Great. Blessed to have everybody out there, it was the game of the week for WSAV. ESPN Radio was out there.
Yep.
Great to have everybody out there. But, man, that's a lot.
And the newspaper, Mike Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown newspaper. So, hey, it was great, though. Glad to do it. Man, we were just so blessed. I'm telling you, every AD will tell you the same thing. We were just blessed to make it another week. And be able to play high school sports. I mean, we
treat it like it's your last game.
You do. And we're just so blessed to do it and have it. And that's the mentality we got to have right now because we get to do this. Because I was rewatching the Raven County game last night with Prince Avenue. And one of the commentators made things is, all right, 25 states are playing high school football, 25 states are not playing high school football.
Yep.
So that's a pretty big deal. You're just one of the half that is actually getting to play high school football right now.
My brother texted me from New York on Long Island, and you watching the Prince Avenue Christian Rayburn game? I said, no, I'm at a game. But, everybody in the United States was watching that game. So it was big time on ESPN, right?
Yeah, ESPNU. So it was awesome.
All right, 3 steps out the door. The AD grilling the coach this week. I got him last week, so let's see what he has for me this week.
We're going to talk about college football.
Okay.
All right, college football, right here. Okay, so who won the Heisman Trophy playing for University of Pittsburgh?
Running back. Running
Got
back,
it.
running back.
Yes.
Tony Dorsett.
You got
I
it.
love touchdown Tony playing in that blue and gold uniform for the Pittsburgh Panthers, and that that's during the 70s. That's when I was a kid. So I mean, I followed them.
For bonus, where do you play in the NFL?
Dallas.
Yeah, there you go. You
Dallas.
own it. You own it.
Hey, I mean, I talk sports. I hope I know a little trivia.
Yeah, no, you got it,
I'm
man.
telling you, don't get in a trivia battle with Kyle Lawson.
Oh my God, we need to have him on.
Oh, I'd love to have him
talk
on.
about some baseball.
Oh, yeah.
all the stuff that's going on. All right, who was the first Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Georgia?
Oh man,
Now this was like
way back when.
yeah.
His last name starts with an S. Right?
You're correct. Let me give you his first name.
Yeah, go ahead.
Frank.
I'm gonna mess up the last name.
That's all right. Just say it.
Scaffold.
Sinkwich.
Sinkwich. That's it. Sinkwich.
So yeah,
I knew it started with an S. You're talking
Yeah.
about 1946,
42, man.
1942.
You were on it.
Yeah, 46 and 47 was the Mr. Outside Inside, probably from Navy. Davison, I forget what the other guy's name was, but go ahead.
No, that was good. So, I mean, you're. I'm gonna give it to you. You're two for two right now.
Right.
All right. And so the last one here. All right. This was a little bit. I don't know. I might here. Let me go to another one. I like this. I like this one better. All right. And you'll get this because you know Tommy Frazier won a national championship with what college?
Tommy Frazier, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Right.
All right. What offense they run?
He ran Wishbone.
Yeah.
Tom Osborne.
There you go.
Tom Osborne was the first coach to incorporate weight training in his program. And everybody said, no, they're going to become muscle bound. They can't do it. You know what? Now look at it. We're in the year 2020. And if kids don't want to be bigger, faster, stronger, they're not going to make it.
No, you're not going to make it.
Not gonna make it. In any sport.
In any sport. And so it totally turned the tide, the mentality of how you develop college athletes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Georgia Southern Campbell University. Who you got?
I think I'm going to go with Big Blue. And speaking of that,
Big Blue.
Forget about Michigan up there. Whatever. You ain't playing no football. If you've not checked out Georgia Southern's social media, all right, and the Turn It Blue, okay, I was talking to Gordon Hunter last night on the way home, and the lights, LED stuff they've done in the stadium.
Did you see that on Twitter?
Oh, yes.
That's
what
awesome.
I'm talking about.
That was
and
awesome.
So that looks phenomenal. So,
Right.
hey, just big ups to Georgia Southern, what you guys are doing out there. And you talking about in all the primetime games you're going to have, Georgia Southern's getting ready. I mean, they've been on the map. They're getting ready to really be on the map.
All right, and I skipped over this in our professional 3 yards in the cloud of dust to top off the show, to start the show. Falcons against the Seahawks. No fans.
DJ Dallas.
No fans. Falcons play home twice in the month of September. Seahawks and the who's the last team they play? Bears. Okay, later
Bears.
on. Okay, so Falcons, Seahawks. Who you got? No fans. Up in the ATL in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I'm not a big Falcons guy because I'm a Panthers guy. But here's my thing. I think first game of the season, traveling across country is going to be hard to do. You know, no Clowney, and I'm
just signed with Tennessee.
Yeah, Thomas, he wouldn't be with Vrabel. And so
I wouldn't want to play for Vrabel.
Heck yeah, I would play Vrabel too, man.
So go ahead.
And having somebody on their side that's going to hit out Derrick Henry 20 times a game.
Yep.
Will keep you off the field. Heck yeah. So I'm going to go with the Falcons in this one just because, see, I was coming across country, limited contact, limited, I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Well, I agree with you on both Georgia Southern and the Falcons just because, one that has a lot of, we're going to go back to college, that has a lot of flavor, West Virginia against EKU, the Hilltoppers.
Man, EKU got destroyed.
And, of course, it's in West Virginia.
Yeah, EKU got destroyed last week. You got to take all local credit. I think Winston Wright is going to have, hopefully, a massive day today.
Sam James and Sam Brown, too.
Yeah, man. I think those guys are going to have massive. I'm going West Virginia.
Okay. All right, other than that.
I want you to ask me about this game right here.
Oh, give me a break. Okay, Syracuse and North Carolina. Is his name Howell, the quarterback?
Sam Howe.
Sam Howe.
Sun Valley, North Carolina, just outside Monroe. He was originally Florida State commit. Matt Brown flipped him. Now he's in the Heisman talk, So
I think he likes North Carolina football.
No fans in the stands in North Carolina.
Right.
What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? North Carolina, my home state. Oh my gosh, figure it out.
So who are you taking?
Tar Heels, babe.
Tar Heels.
Tar Heels.
And
Tar
believe
Heels.
it or not, when was
Who's taking in this game?
First of all, though, when was the last time they were nationally ranked?
It's been about.
It's been a while.
It's about 5 years,
Yeah.
5-6 years.
Duke Notre Dame?
Duke, Notre Dame. Let's talk about that one.
Come on, I'm Italian. I'm Catholic. I'm from the North. There's only one team you watch on a Saturday on Long Island, and that's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. My father would make us sit there and watch it. And if we touched the table, we touched the TV, or we got up from the TV, boom, bada bing, bada boom. And back then, you didn't say physical abuse there. Okay, you took what you got. So, I mean, Notre Dame. I mean, I love Duke. Duke's improved a lot.
Yeah.
And we got Trent Broadnax going to Duke, too.
Number 10, nation.
Number 10 in the nation.
Do you, I got to ask you this, because you're nerdy. Do you always think they get kind of like,
Oh, yeah, they get privilege. They get exposure. People always lean to them. They're like the New York Yankees, the Yankees. Everybody hates a winner. They hate the Yankees. They hate Notre Dame. But what can I tell you? And another one I'm going to be interested in.
Yeah.
Of course, we got Mr. Quinney at Georgia Tech.
Daquan Dowse.
Daquan Dowse at Georgia Tech.
And
Go ahead. You got another one?
kid from Savannah Christian walks on there.
Help me out. I got a blank.
Played DB. He was injured shoulder the whole time.
Oh, Nate Moon.
Nate Moon.
Oh, that's right. You are. You're getting the brain thing in here. And, of course, Jalen Deloach over at Florida State. So there's a lot of flavor, Savannah flavor in that one, too. Hey, we could spend hours and hours on this show, but
who got in that game?
Georgia Tech FSU.
At FSU.
I got to go FSU. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Who says?
It's not politically correct.
Who says?
We cannot do the tomahawk chop. Whoa, whoa,
Not
whoa, whoa,
happening.
whoa.
Bar State.
Okay.
Bar State.
All right. So remember, every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 or close to 11, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, on Coach's Corner Facebook page, on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, on Twitter at KD Sports, and on YouTube at the Karl DeMasi Sports channel. You're watching the Coach and AD. Remember, it's all sports, all local, all the time, right here in the universe of sports, Coach's Corner. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Whatever you may be doing, hit it out of the park. And until next weekend, may it be your best week ever.
Mask up.
Hold it. I'll mask up.
Do it. He's going to mask up.
He's going to wash his hands.
I'm going to hand sanitize right here. All right. Hey, listen.
Social distance.
Listen, guys. Hey, it's week to week. Make it your best week ever, like he said. Hey, stay safe out there. And big sports day. Glad to have it back.
And remember, never forget 9/11. God bless the United States.
Amen, brother.